Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Vande Guru Nisha Bhakta Nisha Nishavatarakan Tat Prakasham Satat Shakti Krishna Chaitanya Sangyakam Vande Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Sahoditau Gaudadaye Pushpavanatau Chitrau Sandau Tamonudau Granthera Arambha Kori Mangala Charana Guru Vaishnava Bhagavan Tinirasmarana Hoy Vighana Vinashana Anayasa Safal Nija Vanchita Purana Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, dear worshipable devotees, thank you so much for joining. We just read chapter 2 of Adi-lila, Caitanya-Caritāmṛta. So today we will begin with a new chapter, which is chapter number 3, entitled The External Reasons for the Appearance of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So that is chapter 3. And today is also the disappearance day of Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur. So, who was also another associate of Lord Chaitanya, who wrote Chaitanya Bhagavat. Okay, we can get started. Sampada Mataji, you want to read the summary of this chapter? Can you hear me? Okay, in this chapter, the author has fully discussed the external reasons for the descent of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Krishna, after displaying his pastimes as Lord Krishna, thought it is wise to make his advent in the form of a devotee to explain personally the transcendental mellows of reciprocal service and love exchange between himself and his servants, friends, parents, and fiancés. According to the Vedic literature, the foremost occupational duty of humanity in this age of Kali is Nama Sankirtana, or congregational chanting of the holy names of the Lord. The incarnation of this age especially preaches this process, but only Krishna himself can explain the confidential loving service performed in the four principal varieties of loving affairs between the Supreme Lord and his devotees. Lord Krishna therefore personally appeared with his plenary portions as Lord Chaitanya. As stated in this chapter, it was for this purpose that Lord Krishna appeared personally in Navadvip in the form of Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Krishnadas Kaviraj has herein presented much authentic evidence from the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam and other scriptures to substantiate the identity of Lord Chaitanya with Sri Krishna himself. He has described bodily symptoms of Lord Chaitanya that are visible only in the person of the Supreme Lord. And he has proved that Lord Chaitanya appeared with his personal associates, Sri Nityananda, Advaita, Gadadhar, Srivas, and other devotees, to preach the special significance of chanting Hare Krishna. The appearance of Lord Chaitanya is both significant and confidential. He can be appreciated only by pure devotees, and only through the process of devotional service. The Lord tried to conceal to his identity as the Supreme Personality of Godhead by representing himself as a devotee, but pure devotees could recognize him By his special features, the Vedas and Puranas foretell the appearance of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but still he is sometimes called significantly the concealed descent of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Advaitacharya was a contemporary of Lord Chaitanya's father. He felt sorry for the condition of the world because even after Lord Krishna's appearance, no one had interest in devotional service of to Krishna. This forgetfulness was so overwhelming that Advaita Prabhu was convinced that no one but Lord Krishna himself could enlighten people about devotional service to the Supreme Lord. Therefore, Advaita requested Lord Krishna to appear as Lord Chaitanya, offering tulasi leaves and Ganges water. He cried for the Lord's appearance. The Lord, being satisfied by his pure devotees, descends to satisfy them. As such, being pleased by Advaitacharya, the Lord appeared. Hare Krishna. So, this is just a quick summary of this wonderful chapter entitled The External Reasons. So, there are some external reasons and there are some internal reasons. So, we just read the summary that the Lord came with his associates to spread the Yoga Dharma, the congregational chanting of the holy name, and Advaitacharya was calling him. So, but he's the concealed or the Chanda avatar. So we will be reading all that in this chapter in more detail. So let's start with the first verse. Yes, Sudhir Prabhu, you want to start?
Sure, Prabhuji, thank you. Hare Krishna devotees, and Pranam Krishna Prabhu. Shri Chaitanya Prabhu Bande Yat Padasraya Virayata Sangrahanya Takara Vratat Anjana Siddhanta San Manin. Translation and Prakat by Divine Grace AC. Translation by Divine Grace AC Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. I offer my respectful obeisances to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu by the potency of the shelter of his lotus feet. Even a fool can collect the valuable jewels of conclusive truth from the minds of the revealed scriptures. Beautiful translation, Prabhuji. Please explain. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. So this is the humility of a great soul like Sri Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami, that he is considering himself like a fool. Agyana. Jnani is knower, intelligent person. But I am a Jnani. I don't know. But Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langayate girmyat kripata mahammande Shri Guru Dinatharinam. By the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, Shri Chaitanya Prabhu Mande Yat Prasad Ashraya Viryataha. This is the power, the virya, the strength of what? Of Pad Ashraya. That means taking shelter of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That even a fool can speak Siddhanta. Or collect, the example is they collect the jewels from a mine. So the mine of scriptures is, it's not that any Tom, Dick, Harry can understand the essence or pick the jewels from the scriptures, but a person who has received the lotus feet, the shelter, Pad Ashraya of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, then by that strength, by that virya, he will be able, she will be able to do anything. So that's the humility again of Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, who is so humble, considering himself as a fool, but by the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, everything is possible. Tinira smarana hai vigana vinashana anayasa safal nija vanchita. Purana. Let's read the next verse. Yes, Prabir Prabhu, you want to read?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Hare Krishna devotees, Dandavat Pranam, Jai Śrīla Prabhupada. Text 2. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vinda. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Śrīla Prabhupada. All glories to Lord Chaitanya, all glories to Lord Nityananda, all glories to Advaita Chandra, and all glories to all the devotees of Lord Chaitanya. Hare Krishna Prabhu, back to you.
Hare Krishna, thank you so much, Prabhuji. There are multiple verses talking about the Pancatattva, this being one. And Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivas Adi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. It's kind of very similar to that. Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhakta Rupa Swarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakhyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam. That verse also talks about the same 5 personalities. So basically, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is praying to Lord Krishna, Lord Chaitanya, and his different expansions. The first chapter also started with this. Vande Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Sahodidau Gaurudaya Pushpavanato Chitrau Sandau Tamonudau Vande Gurunisha Bhaktan Ishan Ishavtarakan Tat Prakasham Tat Shakti Krishna Chaitanya Sangikam. Basically, a devotee is in a very mood of prayer, a very prayerful mood. That I am a fool, but by the prayers and the mercy and the blessings of great souls like Nityananda Prabhu, the Supreme Lord, and his devotees, everything will be possible. Therefore, this is basically kind of a quick Mangalacharan again. So let's see the third verse. Yes, Vipul Prabhu, you want to read?
Shivaji. Hare Krishna devotees, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Śrīla Prabhupada. Text 3. তৃতীয় শ্লোকের অর্থ কইল বিবরণ, চতুর্থ শ্লোকের অর্থ শোনো ভক্তগণ। Translation by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Śrīla Prabhupada ki jai. I have given the purport of the third verse. Now, O devotees, please listen to the meaning of the fourth with full attention. Back to Guruji.
Hare Krishna. So what is the third verse being referred here? The third verse of Adi-lila, chapter 1, text number 3. And that verse is Yat Advaitam Brahmona Upanishadi Tad Api Asya Tanubha Ya Anantar. The same Lord which the scriptures tell as Brahman, as Paramatma, the localized, and the Bhagavan, that Lord is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Because chapter 2 was pretty much explanation of the third verse only, the whole chapter. So now we will come to the fourth verse. This entire chapter pretty much is talking about that. Interesting style of Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. First, in the first chapter, he gave verses, and then chapter by chapter, he's explaining those verses. Shuno Bhakta Gana. Chaturtha Shloke Artha Shuno Bhakta Gana. So we should hear with lot of faith and attention. So let's hear this text number 4. Yes, Lakshmi Mataji, you want to read?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji and all devotees. Text 4. Anarpita charim chirat karuna avatirnam kalo samarpayitam unnada ujjvala rasam svabhakti shriyam hari purata sundara duti kadamba sandipitaha sada hridaya kandare sprutauva sachinandanaha. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. May the Supreme Lord, who is known as the son of Srimati Sachi Devi, be transcendently situated in the innermost core of your heart, resplendent with the radiance of molten gold. He has descended in the age of Kali by his causeless mercy to bestow what no incarnation has ever offered before, the most elevated mellow of devotional service, the mellow of conjugal love. Prakat. This is a quotation from the Vidattamada 1.2, a drama compiled and edited by Srila Rupa Goswami. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. So this is the same verse which we read in Adi-lila 1.4 as well. And there will be a lot of verses explaining this verse, because that's the whole, pretty much the whole chapter is kind of dedicated to this verse. Anarpita. Anarpita. Arpan. Arpan means to give. Anarpita. Anarpita means no one had given that. No incarnation had given that. Chiram. Chirat. Chiram. Chirajivi bhava. Right? We say that. Chiranjivi bhava. Chiram means long. May you have a long life. So, Anarpitam Charim Chirat. From a very, very long time. We know Lord Chaitanya, Lord Krishna come only one in day of Brahma. So we are so fortunate. So it is such a benediction. He came just 500 years back. What is that compared to a day of Brahma, which is trillions of years? Nothing. And he's giving what no incarnation had ever given before. That is the conjugal. Rasam Swabhakti Shriyam. The topmost treasure of his own bhakti. Swabhaktim Shriyam. Sundara Dyuti Kadamba Sandiptaha. Like a molten golden, with a molten golden complexion. Sundara, very, very beautiful. Splendor, Dyuti. And may the Supreme Lord Sada Hriday Kandare Sfuratav Va Sachinandanaha. May that Lord be always situated in the innermost, Sada Hriday Kandar, in my heart. Hriday, Sada Hriday. May that Lord always reside in the chambers of my heart. That's a prayer of Advaita Acharya. So let's see further. Yes, Lakshay, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji. Text 5. Purna Bhagavan Krishna Varajendra Kumara Golok Rajera Saha Nitya Vihara. Translation and purpose. Lord Krishna, the son of the king of Vraja, is the supreme Lord. He internally enjoys transcendental pastimes in his internal abode Goloka, which includes Vrajadam. In the previous chapter, it has been established that Krishna, the son of Rajendra, the king of Vraja, is the supreme personality of Godhead with 6 opulences. He eternally enjoys transcendentally variegated opulences on his planet, which is known as Goloka. The eternal pastime of the Lord is the spiritual planet Krishna Loka, are called aprakata or unmanifested pastimes because they were beyond the purview of the conditional souls. Lord Krishna is always present everywhere. But when he is not present before our eyes, he is said to be aprakata or unmanifested. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Lakshya Prabhu. So, talking about the Prakat and the Aprakat Leela. So, the Prakat means manifest. Aprakat means non-manifest or unseen. As His Grace Pran Govind Prabhu was mentioning, that those who are at that level of spiritual maturity, that pure devotion, they are constantly seeing Krishna, seeing the different pastimes. But to an ordinary soul, will feel, oh, Krishna was born or Krishna appeared and now he disappeared. But the great soul, Krishna never leaves Vrindavan. He is still present. All we need to have is the eyes to see. There's a famous story also in this regard, which is shared multiple times. One devotee, one so-called devotee, was speaking Bhagavatam class, caste Brahmana. Oh, Krishna has a Vajanti mala with golden ornaments and anklets and bracelets, and a thief was somehow trying to run for his life. The police was running after him. So a thief entered the temple and this pravachan was going on. This Bhagavad class was going on. And this thief thought that temple is a safe place to kind of hide from the police. And then he started to hear about this 5-year-old boy having such nice, extraordinary ornaments. And this person thought, wow, what a golden opportunity. And then he goes to the forest to graze cows. And just with the young friends, no parents, no adults at that time. That's a perfect opportunity to steal. So he asked the pujari, the person giving the class, where will I find this boy? I want to meet him. He didn't tell I want to steal the jewelry. He said, I want to meet him. So he said, well, he's in Vrindavan. Oh, where is Vrindavan? I want to go. And then tell me, how will I find him? How will I know that what he looks? So he said, his dark complexion, he carries a flute, and he's with cows and his cowherd friends. So that whole, time, this person was just meditating upon Krishna, the bluish, blackish complexion. Oh, he's carrying his flute. He plays flute. Oh, he's always with the cows. Vrindavan, Krishna, cows, flute. He's just meditating. Vrindavan, cows, Krishna, flute. He just wanted to see that. Although with hidden agenda to steal the jewelry. But then Krishna, it's a very long story, but long story short, he reached Vrindavan, and guess what? Krishna appeared before him with his cows. And then there was a conversation, well, you have come to steal my jewels. Well, if you steal my jewels, then my mother will be angry upon me. If you really want to steal. So the one who had come to steal Krishna's jewel, Krishna stole his heart, right? I was looking for broken pieces of glasses, but I got the diamond, right? What could be a better thing in life to get Krishna's darshan? So ultimately, then he goes to his guru and he tells the whole story, how I met Krishna. He said, well, what are you really lying? And Krishna gave a piece of his jewelry also. See, this is what Krishna gave me. The guru couldn't believe it. And the guru also, the so-called pujari also came. But he couldn't see because he had theoretical knowledge, but no love, no devotion. So Krishna said that the guru won't be able to see, and like that. So the point here is that Aprakat Leela we were talking about. So, unseen pastimes. Goloka Vrindavan, Vrindavan Dham. Those who have the eyes to see, the vision, Premanja Churita Bhakti Vilochanena, Santai Sadev Hridaye, Shivilokayanti Sham Shama Sundara Guna, Achintya Swarupam Govindamadi Purusham, Tamaham Bhajami. Beyond the purview of conditioned souls. But when one purifies, one will certainly be eligible. Okay. Any other comments, any additions, questions, thoughts? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,